Hello, this is Lauren Metter, and I will be presenting Parenthood and Raising Children. An overview of this presentation, I will be answering these 4 questions as I go through the PowerPoint. Number 1, what factors need to be considered when deciding whether to be a parent or not? Number 2, how have trends in parenthood changed? Number 3, what are some advantages to parenting in the 21st century? And number 4, what are some challenges to parenting in the 21st century? I'd like to begin with a quote from our textbook. In a survey, more than 1/3 of women respondents said their recent births were unintended, 14% unwanted, and 21% mistimed. After reading this quote, 1/3 of women, that's a large percent of women who said this. It really makes you wonder, why do people have children then? And that is what I will be discussing as we move along. Number 1, what factors need to be considered when deciding to parent or not? People need to understand children have rewards and costs. Some believe that children become a source of happiness to new-time parents, and others believe they are a burden. Children give and show parents how to love another human being. It brings joy to parents to see their children grow. Children can affect a couple's happiness. Among married couples, evidence shows that children, especially young ones, stabilize a union. That is, parents are less likely to divorce. That is also a quote from our textbook. Conflict and strain on a marriage or couple can also be caused from having children. This happens when a father does not feel needed when the child arrives. Many couples have divided chores or specific things around the house they do, and this changes when a child comes into the family. One partner may feel overwhelmed by all of the duties they are responsible for, or feel like their partner is not doing enough. And this is definitely something to think about before having children, because your life will change and you will have to sacrifice more of your time for someone else. And I think that a lot of people think that their lives aren't going to change and they're still going to be able to continue living the way that they are, but that is not the case. The cost of a child is to be considered when deciding to be a parent. The average cost of raising a child until they're 18 is estimated at $295,560 for middle income families. Can you imagine? That is a lot of money, and if you have more than one child, it doubles or triples. So you want to make sure that you are stable and you can afford it, because a lot of people struggle and it's very hard. Number 2, how have the trends in parenthood changed? Couples today often have children later in life when they are older compared to earlier decades. Decades ago, couples experienced their freedom and the start of their careers, and if a child was born, it was not something to be disappointed by. People in past decades were open to the fact that they have someone else to take care of. Couples today see children as the thing that interrupted their lives. Parenting early or later. Another quote from our textbook. Until a few decades ago, the vast majority of U.S. mothers had their first child in their early 20s. Today, people having their children in their 20s is called early for most. Child-free. Child-free couples are at higher rates now than a few decades ago. 21% of non-Hispanic whites, 17% of non-Hispanic black, 16% of Asian, and 12% of Hispanic women over the age of 44 are childless. Approximately 7% of women are child-free. 70% of Americans said that children improve a marriage, and that percent dropped to about 41% in 2007. Not having children can be seen as a negative or selfish act of a woman or couple, but it can also be because a woman waited too long to have a child. That means her chances to have children have dropped tremendously, making it harder to bear a child. Couples who are childless have more time to establish themselves in their career and education rather than having a child and having a late start on a career. This causes the couple or woman to work harder for what they need. In studies, it has shown that voluntarily childless couples have a higher career and educational goals, giving them a higher income and employment rates. Fertility rates. Fertility rates have changed over decades. As it shows in this graph to your right, United States fertility rates have slowed down during the periods of economic decline. As the economy declined, women began to work more, giving them less time to conceive children. During World War II, many of these women and couples suffered, and the family size was limited. So as they grew older, they fulfilled their dreams of having large families. And the average family size back then was 3 or more children. Now the typical family size that you see in the 21st century is about 2 children. The reason this family size is so low in the 21st century is because women were more focused on education and career. It pushed back their biological time frame of having children, and this caused the birth rate for women ages 30 to 40 to skyrocket, when usually the average age of a woman's first birth was between ages 21 and 25. What are some advantages to parenting in the 21st century? To me, I feel that the biggest and most important advantage that we all see is the fact that there is reproductive technologies that women can use if they are infertile. None of this technology was provided for women in past decades, so it is definitely a blessing these days. As you can see in this chart, the age distribution of parents undergoing the in vitro cycles, the biggest percentage is women who are ages 41 to 43. They have the biggest percentage out of all of the age groups. So I think it's just awesome that they can undergo this. Another chart showing these reproductive technologies and the satisfaction rate of women who did undergo a successful term. So as you can see, 52% of women were satisfied with their process, and that is the highest rate that is on this chart. According to the journal, Outcome of Assisted Reproductive Technology and Subsequent Self-Reported Life Satisfaction, the prevalence of infertility has been estimated at 417%. Adoption process is another advantage to the 21st century of parenting. There are public adoptions as well as private adoptions. Another advantage is that parents in the 21st century have more knowledge about child development and how to raise children. The internet allows parents to find out information on how to parent as well as raise children, and that was not provided back in the day in earlier decades. Another advantage is the technology that we are provided with, like cell phones and social media. This allows parents to keep in touch with their children, and it allows them to research a little bit about, how to parent or advice for parents who need it. Number 4, what are some challenges to parenting in the 21st century? 2 out of 3 women have been reported to remember the time period of infertility as one of the worst and most successful experiences in their life. Infertility can cause many families stress and disappointment, and another challenge can be juggling work, school, and family. Changing attitudes, economics, and social norms have transformed how children are being cared for. It can be challenging to influence your child in a positive way when you are a parent and you do not take care of yourself. For example, your health, weight, eating habits, behaviors. Your children sees all of this, and all of that influences how your child is going to grow up. Although parenting can be overwhelming, children are a source of love, joy, and satisfaction. So some things to consider before becoming a parent are: how much will it cost to raise a child? Whether or not you are stable enough to commit to taking care of another human being. Accepting that parenting can be a joyful experience with some burdens. Deciding whether or not you're ready to postpone your education or career in order to have a baby, or even whether or not you choose to be a childless or child-free adult. Those are some things to think about before deciding to become a parent. Thank you, and I hope that you enjoyed this presentation about parenthood.